why am I making this in a tent at 1 in the morning instead of the hotel room telling you that I'm leaving? I will tell you why. The gentleman, I don't know if he works there or not. All I know is that the reception lady was with this guy the whole time, and every time I came out of the room or went to the grocery store or had to, whatever, doesn't matter. He was there, and he asked me to come sit down, and then he started asking me a lot of questions. What am I doing? Where am I going? What about Kramatorsk? Kramatorsk, your home. Do you have any weapons? Do you, love me? I said, yeah, there's no war here. There's war where my home is. And he says, well, Russians don't want war. There's no Russians here. He's like, yeah, I know, but Russians don't want war. And I was like, yeah, but if Russians were here, there'd be no hotel, there'd be nothing. Don't you understand that they're not here because we're fighting there? And I said something to him, and I can't remember what it was, but he's like, yeah, ni poнимаю. And I said, I get it now. You're in Lubny. You're speaking Russian. And you're asking me an awful lot of questions. And then you tell me that Russians are okay and they don't want war. And he just looked at me and he smiled and he said, yeah. And I was in Chechnya. And that's when I realized, 100%, I was talking to a Russian. And likely ex-military. And I know what they did in Chechnya. And I just stood up and I said, Idi nahuy. Means go to the dick. It's like go fuck yourself, but it's way worse. And he grabbed my arm and I ripped it away and I said, Idi nahuy. And I started walking away. And at this point, I'm just thinking, I can't even fucking believe I paid to be here. These people took a picture of my passport. Crazy. Anyways, and he says something else to me, and he's just in shock because I said, Idi nahuy, and I said, Ti Peter. I went upstairs and I packed up all my shit. There's no fucking way. I just told this guy and his reception lady that I'm leaving at 1 a.m. There's no way that I'm letting them know. He asked me a lot of questions at first, and I'm pretty open about this whole thing. It's for optics and stuff like that. I got a big sign on the back of my freaking backpack that says, Donbass se Ukraina. I want people to see us. I'm walking around with my flag on my back all the time. I'm talking to a lot of people. I'm posting about it. But in that moment, I knew that this guy was asking way too many fucking questions. Way too many questions. When he started asking if I had a weapon, it just got fucking weird. And I actually, it's Scholars. He said, do you know this brigade? And I said, yeah, I know. They're in the news right now. And he's like, yeah. And he was smiling. And at first I was so confused, but I think he liked it. Ukrainians killing Ukrainians. That's fucked up, man. That was fucked up. Yeah, he's still bugging me. I'm going to go to bed. I gotta wake up at 6. I don't know how far I am. I'm hoping over 5K. It was definitely over an hour. And I still haven't rested in my feet all day. I'm tired. And that guy was crazy.